10 red arrows. Coming. That's the voice of the aircraft at the front. Red 1 as he starts this left-hand bend. Red 1, as I mentioned, is Squadron Leader Ben Murphy, known to us as Baz, and a former Harrier pilot in the Royal Air Force. In fact, he's a Harrier weapons instructor as well, and he, like all of the Royal Air Force's Harrier pilots, has seen several operational tours in Afghanistan. Of course, the main job there is to provide close air support to the young men and women of the British forces and our allies out there who are in some very trying circumstances. As a weapons instructor, it makes Ben an experienced pilot, but also one of the most busy pilots on the front line, responsible for all the frontline squadron's tactics and weaponry procedures. This is 9-arrow formation, normally. Today we're going to call it 8-arrow. As you watch the aircraft roll out on the display line. Now Ben is a very keen eye position there out on the left wingtip, is because that's Flight Lieutenant Simon Ray, known to us as Kermit, because he sounds a bit like Kermit the Frog on the radio, and he has one of the most difficult jobs in this big barrel roll. Kermit, it probably sounds a bit like that on the radio, because he's originally from New Zealand, so he has a strong New Zealand accent. He flew with the Royal New Zealand Air Force initially and joined the Royal Air Force in 2002, where he went on to fly the Harrier GR7 and GR9, so another man operationally experienced in Afghanistan. He's working hard now, bunting, rolling, using lots of right rudder to maintain that cranked arrow roll there. And all the aircraft are just 6 to 8 feet apart in these big formation shapes. They're flying at about 400 miles an hour in that manoeuvre as well. Just below him as we look at them now. At the moment, Kirsty then is in about a 3G bend as you watch them fly past in diamond formation. Now, Kirsty was born at R.A.F. Nocton Hall, a former R.A.F. hospital in Lincolnshire. And she's the daughter of a former Tornado GR1 navigator who served in Gulf War I. And it was her father who inspired her to join the Royal Air Force. In fact, she used to spend her teenage days in the crew room of 27 Squadron at R.A.F. Marham, a squadron on which her father was serving, giving advice to the planning crews there. Well, when she did join the Air Force, she went on to be a flying instructor on the Hawk at R.A.F. Valley, represented here today in strength by 19 Squadron. And also she flew the Tornado GR4 at R.A.F. Marham on 13 Squadron, and she saw operational service in Iraq. Well, at the moment, Kirsty's in tango formation as you watch the tango bend. Heading in. Up. Rolling. Up. Smoking red in this formation is Red 4, Flight Lieutenant Dave Davis. Our Welsh representation on the team, born in Colwyn Bay, North Wales, which is where he grew up at Brynellian School. And his nickname on the team is Horse. At the moment, though, he's out on the right wingtip of Apollo. This is the Apollo Twister. So, as Red 1 emphasises the word roll in that, what I can tell you is that he's a very experienced Harrier pilot and a flying instructor on the Hawk at R.A.F. Valley, and he's making very easy work of Blackbird formation. Spitfire or Hurricane fuselage smoking white is Red 7 power settings to maintain the right position alongside the leader. So as they tighten up now to about 3G, 400 miles an hour, this is Phoenix. Our tribute to him today, he's missing, and ladies and gentlemen, this is Chevron. cameras at the ready. Oh, wait for it. Here we go. Jippo, and this is the Jippo Pass. There's the call. Missing 2, pulling up with 7G, some red smoke as Enid go red, white and blue for us as they complete the goose. Roll to make it look slightly better. So ladies and gentlemen, the synchro pair flying double rolls. They're going to make 3 passes in front of us, 100 feet apart. Here comes the first one. It's about a 6G bend this. The second pass coming up now is even harder than the first. And finally, as they complete the carousel, the third and most difficult cross of the wall. As Baz starts this left-hand bend here, beneath him they need to swing out to the side using lots of rudder. Now the even-numbered aircraft in the red arrows normally fly on the right-hand side of the formation and the odd-numbered aircraft fly on the left, but on today's formation it's the other way round. So we've got 3 and 5 on the right-hand side.
I like it.
And believe me, to do that requires complete trust and coordination between those 4 pilots. So we train for almost 7 months of the year to reach the standard you see here today. And once again, I'm starting to feel very warm and British as we watch Enid complete the slalom with some excellent red, white and blue smoke. Fly close formation while 8 and 9 barrel roll around their smoke trails. Quickly, you'll see why we call this the corkscrew. That's red 9 calling complete to the corkscrew. That's going to be one of my favourite maneuvers. Barrel rolls around red 5 on the outside who shuffles up to fill the gap. We'll repeat the process, and this is one of Enid's most difficult manoeuvres in the second half of the show, but for me, one of the most impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, the very British, the very patriotic Red Arrows.